Hello, how are you?
Hello, happy Friday, everybody.
Lovely to see you. So Mary, we did a fantastic piece on Wombat a few weeks ago when I was preparing my very first speech, and you helped me through it by using this tool. And in the Wombat tool, there was the letter A for arrange, where we did it very briefly on the session, but you promised to give us a little bit more explanation on arrange. And here we are. I'm here asking you,
Excellent.
Tell us all about it.
All right, I will. Okay, arrange is where you literally are now assembling your presentation, okay? And I'm going to share with you a very simple, say pro forma, but an approach to how you then pull the whole thing together, which ultimately is how you think it through, but also will then be how it emerges, if you like, on stage, wherever. So, one I prepared earlier, a la Blue Peter style, is, I'm just going to share a bit of an image here, but we're going to work through this together, okay?
Yeah.
Because what you, first of all, happens is what's called the ABCD. It's a very simple way to remember this. It's fantastically helpful. The A stands for attention grabber. This is something that really helps the audience consider, just to really help you, the speaker, create maximize your impact, and also encourages the audience to listen. It is something that it ignites the audience thinking. It is relevant to the topic. It is your, what we call the 990. In the first 9 seconds, you're going to achieve 90% of your impact. So it's a really clever way of maximizing your impact. There are any number of things you can do. You can have a show of hands. You can have a rhetorical question. You can show a video clip. You can share a statistic. You can ask the audience for, has anybody had? Let me tell you a story. Anything that just grabs the attention of the audience, because remember, your audience will probably have their headspace somewhere other than you at the very beginning because they're tired, they listen to another speaker, blah-de-blah. So would you like me to share an example? Would that be helpful, do you think?
Yeah, yes, please.
Okay, I'll give you one example. Just one that always comes to mind for me is a particularly brilliant one. We had a guy that we were coaching. He and his business were in trouble. They were unable to give any pay rises. They couldn't pay out the bonus that had been planned. So you can imagine the motivation, the morale of the business was pretty low. He needed to address the business. Now, his initial intention had been to stand up on that stage and share all the profit and loss, the figures, the tales of woe and misery, and have slide after slide of stats and data. Had he gone down that road, out of curiosity, what do you think, if you'd been sat in the audience as one of his employees, what do you think you'd have been feeling or thinking?
I'd have been really switched off, to be honest.
Yeah, and probably thinking about filling in your CV and just getting out of there.
Yeah.
So we had to get him to really think about what was his begin with the end in mind, okay? And actually what he really wanted to achieve was he wanted his team to be motivated. He wanted their collective creativity. He wanted them to put everything they can together as a collective to help find a way round this dilemma they were in. So what we did was we very simply, and I've never forgotten this one, was, and I haven't got it here, just if you can visualize it, we gave him so half a dozen empty glasses on the stage with him and a jug of orange juice, coloured liquid. And as his grabber, the first thing that his audience saw and heard was he started to pour orange juice into each of those glasses. Each glass represented one aspect of the budget, the profit and loss, the cost of administration, the cost of sales, the employee building costs. And he poured juice into each of the glasses. And when he came to the 6th glass, which was the glass that represented pay rise and bonus, there was no orange juice left in the glass. It was empty. That was his grabber. The B of ABCD is the benefits to the audience. What you're doing there is selling the objective, what you're trying to achieve, the WIFM, the what's in it for me, the motivator for the audience. For that particular guy, that was very much wrapped around, I want us to fill that glass with orange juice. I want to share with you. We want this to happen. Words that effect. So the B in ABCD is that's when you tell the audience what the benefits are. You know, the reason why they're here. As a result of listening to me, you will be able to go blah, 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 do this. Okay?
Yeah, perfect.
The C is your credentials. It's what qualifies you to give this particular talk. Now, whoever's introducing, the moderator will have introduced you, but I'd still be inclined to put your own personal touch. You know, I'd never sailed before. This was my journey, and it helped me overcome my fear. I'd never done this before. So this is why I want to share this with you, because it really gave me confidence. Just your own little personal touch, okay, above what the moderator said. And then the D stands for the direction that this piece is going to go in. So this is really helping the audience to stay with you and prepare them to listen. So you'll remember in Wombat, I'd suggested probably 3 key areas is ideal, okay? 4 or 5 is possible, but around about 3 is good, the power of 3. So in direction, this bit, you would simply say to the audience, there are 3 areas that we are going to talk about. It's here. There are 3 areas that we're going to discuss and that are going to help us achieve our objective. So you just tell them what you're about to tell them. And then you go on and you deliver your content. So, or you arrange your content and then you go on to deliver it when you're actually on the day. And power of 3 stays true all the way through. So my first area I want to talk about is blah, blah. So you introduce what you're going to talk about. You then give the content, you show the video, you inject the content that you've already brainstormed. And then in summary, the reason why this is so important is blah, blah, blah. So the power of 3 permeates all the way through. It is so helpful for the audience to stay with you. It gives them a route map. It's fantastic. This is not about losing your flair, your story, your image, your storytelling. It's just quietly helping the audience stay with you. And ditto, message 2, message 3. And then the law of 3, we tell them what we're going to tell them, and then we tell them what we've just told them. This is all designed to help the audience remember everything, or the key content. So this is in effect a summary. It's a bit like cutting and pasting those 3 into here, because these are the bits that they're really going to remember. And then you would always close with a very powerful close. This close, ideally, I would recommend it, always links you back to your attention grabber. In some way, it connects it all, so it becomes a very complete piece. It should be powerful, it should be delivered with power, with pause, and it should be punchy. So just to stick with the example I shared with you earlier, the guy with the orange juice, what we did do, and it was incredibly well rehearsed beforehand, we closed with those glasses of orange juice being filled again. But now, as a result of what's gone on through here, we were able, or that guy was able to fill up that last glass with orange juice. So motivationally, in terms of achieving his objective, well, you can well imagine, we now had a bunch of people working with this guy who could not wait to go out of there and get stuck in with doing what they needed to do.
Perfect.
Very powerful, very simple, and it gives you a great frame to pull it all together. And believe you me, when somebody uses that technique, it's so much easier for the audience.
I do hope the company was an orange juice company, because that would be really even more powerful, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be great?
It would have been. Yeah,
brilliant.
I mean, that's just an example. But
yeah, no,
I guess
it's great.
As a close, if anybody wants any help or spend any ideas, very happy to help. Always happy to help.
Mary, that's wonderful. That's
Good.
wonderful. Thank you so much. And I'm wearing orange. Look, you see, it's so thought out. It's all planned, isn't it?
I know.
Absolutely
Brilliant plan.
All right.
As always. All right.
Thank you, Mary.
And good luck. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.